Hi, everybody. Cody from The Way of the Void here. Just hoping that you know that this is just for entertainment purposes only. We're just trying to make you giggle a little bit. It's damn near designed so you can't learn anything from it. Just keep that in mind. It's just laughs, folks.
There is no other God. Satan killed him.
What's up?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm so good.
Yeah.
This is Eric,
This is Cody.
and this is The Way of the Void,
Way of the Void.
and that is producer Nick.
Yeah. Dude, once again, they don't see any of it.
Hello. Yeah,
He like pushes record right after.
he gives us some fucking a sweet one.
Yeah.
Where he's like, okay. By the way, I have to leave in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Gets us all fired up.
Yeah,
And then he
gets us
just
all
fucking
fired
pushes record. And just, yeah, there it is. I forgot the mist.
Yeah, I thought,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Fucking fire alarm's gonna go off.
Yeah. I'm surprised it hasn't already.
I haven't either. There's been a couple times when I've
You took the batteries out of that thing long ago, huh?
when I've like taken a shower for too long and it went off because of the steam.
What were we doing in there?
Making a fire on my own.
Friction.
Apparently, I don't even know if I want to get into this.
Yeah.
But apparently plumbers say that is super bad for plumbing.
Really?
The
Whacking one out in the shower?
Apparently the majority of like the drains that they have to like unclog and stuff in showers is because of that.
It's just cement down
Yeah,
there.
it's like cement.
No way.
Yeah, it's like hair and that just mixes like it's like
Fucking Gollum.
yeah, it's
Right,
like it's
just-
like this stuff. It's like fucking
Yeah. Mod
Mod
Podge.
Podge down your goddamn drain.
He made a fucking cum Gollum down there. It just wants to destroy your house. It's plumbing.
Yeah, so boys, knock it off.
Well, I'll tell you what, the place that I work has something to do with plumbing. And this old plumber, one time he told me, he was like, I tell all the guys when I like take them out, the apprentices, he tells them like, all right, when we talk to the customer, what we found is debris. We don't go into what we found. And so he goes, I do this for a reason. Because one time it was it was a clogged toilet or whatever. And they keep snaking it, and then out comes a bunch of like used jimmies. And so, but then he managed to tell the owner.
Yeah.
And that guy had a vasectomy. But he was like a pilot and was gone for long periods of time. So you do the math.
I actually
He was like, it was bad.
me and you we have a mutual acquaintance, and their family owns a septic tank company.
Yeah.
And I guess like one day they were like, going at it at a septic tank or whatever, and it was like open, and like the homeowner was like hovering over him, like kind of like looking, and then just like a bunch of used jimmies like floated up, and then he's just like, okay, I'll just like cut you a check, and then just like left. And then they found out that he had been married for like 25 years.
This is why Batman 2 horrifies me, dude. This guy in the sewer, like he finds all the evidence from the sewer. Like, nah.
But
completely unrealistic, dude.
It's funny because like circling back
You
to
flush it, I flaunt it.
to like, can you imagine the gall, the insanity to fucking flush a Jimmy?
Yeah.
That seems like
People didn't give a fuck.
people don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, now, with at least the state we live in, you can't have like toilets with more than like half a gallon.
Oh
per
no,
flush
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
We replaced all our toilets a few years ago, and it was a hell of a time.
Yeah, isn't it cool now?
Yeah, it's super cool. You have to like drive to like goddamn Nevada to like get like a regular like adult like toilet.
No. Oh yeah, if you want to put it in your house, I was
Yeah.
saying if you just want a cereal shit around the neighborhood, Starbucks are good. So I've heard.
Well,
You know,
besides clogging toilets and flushing jimmies, what
Yeah.
else have you been up to?
I didn't know that about the Mod Podge. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see what I've been up to. I had my anniversary. Yeah, 5 years.
Of the show?
No,
Oh.
of the woman that I married.
Oh. I was
Yeah.
at that wedding.
Yeah, you were.
It was a good wedding.
Yeah, it was.
A week later, the world shut down.
Yeah, that was tight. I thought I was gonna get a honeymoon. Turns out I got like a year's worth. We couldn't go anywhere or do anything, but
Yeah, fuck it.
didn't have to go to work.
Yeah. I don't want to ruffle any feathers because I understand lots of people had a hard time with the pandemic. I get it.
Yeah.
But my lifestyle did not change
No, I grew as a person.
one
really.
bit.
I got way comfortable.
Yeah. I
got way comfortable.
I did get out of the habit of going to the movies.
Oh, speaking of which,
I used to love going to the movies.
yeah, me too.
Fucking hate it now.
Dude, me and the wife,
Yeah.
we went on our anniversary. We went and saw the monkey.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nikki?
yeah. He has his whole movies.
Different monkey.
Yeah, different monkey. Not by much though. This is the little one that smacks the drum and kills people.
Okay, yeah, that's Nikki.
Yeah. Basically, this little furry fucker annoys the piss out of you until you fucking die. Yeah.
Damn.
It is the story of Nikki. No, it's good though. It was based on like a Stephen King short story. That guy, he did Longlegs, the Osgood Perkins.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah,
What
he
else
did
did he
it.
do? Did he
Besides
do?
Longlegs and this,
Did he do something else that everyone was like jazzed about?
I can't remember. I think he did one other thing
Because
before
like
this.
I remember people talking about his name during
Yeah.
the Long Legs promotion,
Yeah.
like it was supposed to mean something to me. So did
Well,
he, like,
he's Anthony Perkins' son.
who the fuck's Anthony Perkins?
That's the guy that played Norman Bates in Psycho.
Oh,
Yeah. So it could be that. Like they were like, who's this guy?
yeah.
You know,
Was it spooky?
the monkey?
Yeah.
No, it was it was fun.
Oh.
Yeah, it's because it's not like a monster. It's like Final Destination kind of shit.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this cursed toy. You like crank it, and then
Does that have to do with like monkey's paw stuff?
they don't. No, it's
no.
it's a toy one that smacks the drum instead of the cymbals.
Yeah, was it? That was an old movie because I remember that imagery as a kid scaring the fuck out of me.
Yeah. Well, there was a couple of them. They had
Yeah.
a little like monkey fucking outing.
I just
like,
remember
the
always seeing
80s.
like the cover at the VHS
Because there's like
store.
Monkey Shines where the
Yeah.
dude gets like
There
telepathically,
you go.
romantically involved with like a spider monkey. Like he gets all jealous when he has like girls over and shit.
I hear that, brother.
He's like paraplegic and shit. Yeah.
And he gets girls?
Yeah. Well, he has this fucking monkey.
Man.
Dude, you get attention if you have a primate just with you.
Yeah.
Like
I know.
that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
In any situation, you're gonna
Hey.
get some attention.
Well, since we added producer Nick, our views have been going
Through the roof.
Yep.
Through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like fucking Rafiki.
Oh my god. He's saying that you look like Rafiki, the wrestler.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Rafiki's handsome.
So is Nikki.
Yeah,
The
Nikki's
handsome
handsome.
boy. You're a handsome boy. Yeah.
I saw him once.
Rafiki?
Yeah.
Tight.
Yeah, wrestling at a Vets Hall.
Nice.
Like 5-6 years ago.
It was one of them, like, because I went with you when we saw the Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of those where like
Yeah.
they like dust off some old motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah.
He comes out.
Yeah. Those are always pretty cool.
Right.
I miss going to wrestling shows. Actually, that is one thing I do miss about that I got out of the habit is that we used to go to wrestling shows like once a month.
Yeah, dude, it was tight.
Yeah, and then there's a local wrestling promotion. Man, what is it called?
What, the one that we used to go to?
Yeah, I think it's BTW.
Is it Big Time?
Yeah, Big Time Wrestling.
Yeah.
Friends of the show. and they're pretty cool because they would like come to this town,
Yeah.
and then they would go to Santa Cruz, and then they go to like Newark and like San Jose and San Francisco, like all throughout.
Dude, they were the sickest.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, like the main dude who like owned it, the main like promoter,
Right.
like had like a heart attack or aneurysm and like passed away like unexpectedly.
Right.
And so like they still do it, but they only do it in Newark, California. So that must be like where like the wrestling school is.
Yeah.
Because it's attached to a wrestling school.
That's tight.
And so they must just like do
They were the funnest shows.
they were super fun.
Remember the porno guy?
I love the porno guy.
Dude, he's tight.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually I just saw a picture of him. He's still doing the same shtick.
Is he the same gimmick?
Yeah.
It was this dude who would come out and he had like the handlebar mustache and like these like pink aviators on and slick back hair and
Oh wait, no. That guy got
Yeah.
super canceled.
did he?
Yeah.
Because
That
of
guy-
his powerful dick move.
I forget because his powerful dick move.
So this
No,
dude, he would like grab the other person's arm and like put it on his junk, and then
Yeah.
the other person would act like a fucking Looney Tune sketch, like it was just getting throttled by his
Yeah.
like wiener strength. And his whole thing was he was like a
It's like a
porno
third
guy.
arm.
It's what?
That's like a third arm.
Yeah. Some anaconda down there just fucking ragdoll you.
I forget
He
his
was
name.
great. He come out sucking a lollipop and shit. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. His name's Ryan something, but
One of my favorite moments is one of those shows is I saw that. Remember that Viking
Ryan Reynolds.
motherfucker?
who?
The one that just smelled like a fucking outhouse, and he was like dressed like a Viking.
Like the fan?
yeah, the fan. I saw that guy get a picture with the porno guy, and it
Yeah.
was just this fucking Jesus.
Yeah.
Talk about the juxtaposition.
Yeah, but apparently that guy was like a sex creep and got a fucking and
Who?
The porno guy.
Oh, I thought he was about the Viking.
No, apparently
that
he was like a
tracks.
creep to like chicks and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and like
the guy that's
Yeah.
gimmick is in my powerful hog.
Yeah.
He got in trouble for
Yeah.
being creepy to
Yeah.
the wrestling chicks.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah. Well,
But oh well.
candle that burns brightest.
Yeah, wrestling fans are pretty spicy. They're a pretty spicy bunch.
Yeah.
They're a pretty funny bunch.
I wish there was a lot more paranormal shit so we could do more shit with it.
I'm sure there's some.
There's a lot of true crime stuff, but
Yeah, there's
but
a lot of true crime stuff
not
with like
as much.
yeah,
paranormal.
like the most famous one is the Bruiser Brody thing. Mm-hmm. That one's like I think there's like a big Vice documentary about it. So,
yeah, motherfucker got slaughtered in a locker room.
but dude, that guy
like
was
a hog.
dude. That's crazy though. That guy was fucking so fucking tight. Like
Yeah.
obviously it all happened before like I was born, I think.
Right.
But like watching old wrestling tapes of Bruiser Brody
Yeah.
dude, that guy was fucking badass. He would like come running out into the fucking stands with like a gnarly ass fucking chain, just, like, whipping this chain around, and it's just like this like gigantic mountain of a fucking man with like a giant beard covered in hair.
Yeah.
And they were saying that was kind of like the turn because like Bruiser Brody was getting super like well known and famous
Right.
at the same time as like Terry Hogan or whatever, like Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan.
Yeah.
And then Bruiser Brody died, and then they kind of like went into like the Hulk Hogan kind of era. And then
Right.
that's what kind of like they say that was what kind of steered the trajectory of wrestling.
So it could have been Bruiser.
Yeah, it could have been like
instead
him.
of,
Yeah.
Instead of dude.
Instead of it being more of like a kind of a PG family thing, it would have been
Right.
like more of like a fucking hard boy shit.
That would have been rad.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Hulk Hogan that he exists. I don't love, obviously
Yeah.
most of this stuff.
his-
But like, I don't want to speak ill of the Trumpomaniacs, but
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I've never been to any of his fucking spaghetti restaurants, but
I would love. I want to resurrect like an old ass president and just be like, dude, check out these fucking rallies.
Oh
This
my
is what
God,
you
yeah.
missed out on.
Yeah.
Like was that the Republican National Convention?
where Hulk Hogan came
Yeah.
out, fuck yeah, it was.
Yeah, dude, the
Yeah.
Trumpomaniac
Yeah.
speech.
And then like Kid Rock.
Yeah, do you imagine show JFK or some shit? Just
Um,
be like, this is what you missed out on, bud.
Well, I noticed that like anytime you see like like the DNC and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Barack Obama's there, Bill Clinton's there.
Right.
Like all the old presidents, Jimmy Carter, they fucking were wheeling his ass out.
Yeah, dude, a dolly.
But like during like the Trump era, like the RNC, like none of the old presidents are there.
Fuck no dudes,
yeah.
new metal dudes,
Yeah.
and fucking
Yeah. Like there's
reality
like
TV
don't
show
give-
stars.
any
and-
like pretty much anybody from like the last like Republican administration,
Yeah.
like, none of them are there. They're just
No.
like, nah, fuck this guy.
no,
Like,
but I don't think he invited him.
No,
If you wanna-
probably- yeah.
if you want my honest opinion,
Yeah.
I don't think none of them were invited. You know, why is he like? He's like,
Yeah,
dude,
so
I'm
they
gonna
were
make
at the,
room for George Bush
Democrat
when I can
DNC.
get fucking Limp Bizkit. Fuck
What'd you say?
that.
What'd you say?
It's either over the Democrats.
Yeah.
All the Republicans were.
Oh yeah. There's
Were they there?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
looks
probably.
Yeah. Oh, Nicky's gonna get worked up.
I know. I always steer it just to a dabble of politics as a little fucking fuck you to Junior and
Yeah, friend of the show, Junior.
yeah.
Yeah. We had some feedback once where somebody we know said that we talk about politics too much, which I don't think we do.
No, it's 20 seconds an episode. It's just a turn event thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one person.
Yeah, he probably has some weird mixed feelings about Elon Musk. So anytime his name is uttered, he gets uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't talk about my muskie like that.
Yeah, he does work in finance, so that probably is his Cybertruck we were talking about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's his idol. He's
Yeah.
a little altar to him.
Yeah, it's his.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
his.
I knew it. I knew it.
Well,
No, I'm just saying if you're gonna make room, you're gonna make room for George Bush. You're gonna make room for fucking
yeah, some
know,
fucking podcaster took his
Disturbed,
spot.
You know,
Yeah,
I can get all of Disturbed to do the wah, or I can get fucking
George Bush.
George Bush and fucking his old ass dad. Fuck that.
Didn't his dad die?
What's up?
I think he died. Didn't George Senior die?
I fucking can't keep track, dude. What? Oh, crusty old fucking politician died. All right. Next.
I'm just thinking of the picture.
He's the one that took out JFK.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's the alleged.
Whoa, Bush Senior?
Bush Senior was the head of the CIA during the JFK assassination.
And he was in
shit.
Dallas.
Oh,
And
fuck.
When it happened.
Look what
And
you
somebody
did.
asked him about it. He's like, I don't remember where I was. Oopsie poopsie.
He was what?
He was in Dallas, but he says he doesn't remember exactly where he was.
Like he can't recall his like timeline that day. Hey, fuck
Yeah,
it.
seems right up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. And then he
It's
just
fine. Doesn't this shit have something to do with Woody Harrelson's dad too?
no.
Yeah. Woody
Does
Harrelson's
it?
dad might be one of the gunmen.
Is that what they? Because wasn't Woody Harrelson's dad like? Didn't he go to prison for killing people?
Yeah.
All right. We'll have to do. a
But
show
one
about
of the alleged ones is the JFK.
that. Interesting.
Like Woody Harrelson's dad might have fucking pulled the trigger. Then they
Yeah.
pinned it on old Lee Harvey.
Yeah, old Papa Trump said he's gonna release all those JFK documents.
God, dude, it's so sick. Every day it's just a gift.
He's not going to.
I know, but
He's
just
not
I'm
going
talking
to.
about the spectacle of it. He just gets up there and says the wildest shit. You guys want to know about aliens? Huh? I'll release all that shit. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Like, dude, it's so wild.
yeah. And then they fire all the record keepers. Whoops. Oh fuck.
Yeah,
we let them all go.
not fucking wasting money on this. He got in trouble for the classified document shit. So he's like, all right, we're taking some parameters off this.
Oh yeah, because he was
Real quick.
because he was keeping them.
Yeah, dude, I had him on my coffee
yeah,
table at
yeah,
home.
he was showing his friends and
We were
stuff.
playing beer pong on him. You know, I got this is a completely off topic, but I just thought it was funny. But I got really high the other night, and I was thinking about if we had to revert to like whatever our like warrior class is on paper, and how fucked England would be. Mm-hmm. Like you don't have any of your military anymore. You have to go back to like the old way.
Oh, okay.
Well, that would be the knights.
Yeah.
And I was just cracking up. My wife was fucking laughing at me because I was cracking up. She showed me some stupid thing where like England's trying to get people like extradited over there for talking shit on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but you know, it's fucking, you know. And so it got me all worked up, and then I got high, and then I was thinking about like if they had to rely on the knights, and it's like, dude, now, fuck, dude, You guys would be so fucked. Our boys, because our equivalent would be like the equivalent to being knighted over here would probably be like the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Oh,
And,
okay.
like,
Yeah.
those boys will fuck you up.
Yeah.
But like, what are they gonna do, dude? You can't get like Bono and Ben Kingsley and Elton John out and fight.
Hey, you never know.
Like, dude, if like,
Get Mr. Bean out there.
yeah, dude. Mick Jagger dance in the diagonal direction to draw their fire.
In one of the episodes, I put in a little Mr. Bean Easter egg.
I saw.
Did you notice that?
Yeah. I thought it was great. Anyways, I just thought it was funny. Like, if we all had to revert back to it, like England's just been giving those out to any like pop star.
Oh, I see
So-
what you're saying.
Dude, they would be
Okay, yeah,
like
yeah,
if
yeah.
we had to revert. We didn't have any of our military except for
yeah,
our
okay.
Congressional Medal of
I
Honor
see what
boys.
you're
Dude.
saying. Yeah.
Those are a bunch of punishers.
Okay.
We got a bunch of Frank Castles
Yeah,
waiting
yeah,
in the wings.
Yeah.
And
But then everyone who's like knighted is like
everyone who's knighted, dude. If that was your fighting force now,
it's like
man,
like Gandalf and like
yeah,
Gary Oldman and shit.
right.
Yeah.
She was just like, "You're so dumb." I was like, "Dude, I'm onto something." I was like, "You know what? Eric's gonna understand this."
It took me a minute, but now I do.
Yeah,
I'm clicking
like
with
if
it.
we had to revert back tomorrow. Oh,
Well, I guess like if you think about it, like that's kind of like when a college gives like a fucking doctorate to like a celebrity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess that's kind of like the same thing.
yeah. If these are your scholars now, like all the other people don't count, just
Yeah.
the ones that have been like given their.
Are those
degree.
people at least like alumni or something to those colleges?
Well,
like,
some of them are crazy. Some of them are legit. Like Dolph Lundgren is legit. He's like a legit astrophysicist.
that's crazy.
He's like a certified genius. Isn't
Did
that
you-
fucking nuts?
Did you hear like once Sylvester Stallone, I guess, went to go visit? I guess he was like friends with the director or something who was like making the Masters of the Universe movie.
No, okay.
And then he was like complaining about like something about the running the lines with Dolph Lundgren. And then Sylvester Stallone's like, "You gave that guy lines?"
Yeah. He's legit. Like,
Is he?
He's legit.
Okay.
He has, I think they said he has like 5 or 6 doctorates. Like, you know, PhDs and shit.
Damn.
Yeah. Dolph Lundgren. Then I think, what's her name from Mimic?
Mina Savari.
Yeah,
So-
she's super wicked smart too. She's got a bunch of fucking college shit.
So's what's her name? Queen Amidala.
Who the fuck is Queen Amidala?
That's a Star Wars thing. What's her name? The little girl from The Professional.
Oh, Natalie Portman?
Yeah, Natalie Portman.
No, she's dumb as fuck.
No, she's like went to like Harvard or something.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's why she wasn't in movies like from like The Professional to like when she was in like fucking Star Wars because she was going to college.
Ain't shit.
Somebody's upset.
Nah, I'm not the biggest Natalie Portman fan. I was like kind of into Thor. I loved fucking
Yeah.
Ragnarok, and then she came in and just fucked that shit up.
You didn't like buff Natalie Portman?
Dude, she just took a hot shit on my thing and then left. That's what it felt like.
I don't think that was necessarily her fault.
She's what?
I think that was the director's fault.
Whoever's fault it is. It soured my taste for Natalie Portman.
In the comic book, that story
Not a fan.
is compelling. The one when Jane Foster gets the Thor mantle is compelling. I didn't say it was good. I just said
Right.
I liked it because it's good.
Okay, yeah.
But that movie, because I thought Thor Ragnarok was pretty much like Thor Ragnarok and like probably like the first and second Guardians of the Galaxies were like my favorite Marvel
Dude,
movies.
sick.
You know, besides that second Captain America movie,
Yeah,
that one's sick. The
Winter
Winter Soldier,
Yeah,
that movie,
that's
fucking,
probably like my favorite.
that movie fucking rips.
Yeah.
But because like those Tiki Waititi movies.
Yeah, Taika Waititi.
Taiki, there you go. I just fucking
Fuck,
I
dude.
just started stuttering.
Yeah, give us a break.
Yeah, I know. But that Ragnarok movie fucking rules. That
Yeah.
movie's super fucking
Yeah.
good. And then the second one fucking sucked.
Yeah, did you have jet lag when you were writing
Yeah.
this thing or something? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's so funny. Like these, like all these, like fucking crazy directors and shit. Like they'll make a movie, and like it's like a fucking hit and like everybody loves it, and they're like,
Right.
oh yeah, we're gonna give this guy the fucking next blah 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 movie. We're gonna give him his own Star Wars trilogy, and then the next movie they make is like a steaming pile of shit, and then you never hear from him
It's
again.
like the Game of Thrones dudes.
Yeah,
right?
oh yeah, like those
Yeah.
guys were gonna get their own Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like fucked that up somehow.
The last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones were not great, and like the last season in particular was fucking shitty.
Never watched it.
So I'll say it like this, like, you know how a lot of times like you'll like a TV show like The Sopranos or like
Sure.
whatever, and you'll rewatch it every couple years.
Yeah.
You know, that's how like Star Trek, like Next Generation and
Oh, yeah.
Star Trek is for me. And like X-Files, like every few years I'll like rewatch all of it.
X-Files too.
The last season of Game of Thrones was so bad that like I'll probably never watch it ever again.
Like all of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
Like just the ending was so bad that like I'm good. And I have like no interest in the new one. The,
Right.
like the House of Dragons or where the fuck. The wife watches it and says it's like really good, but like I have like no interest whatsoever.
Okay. That's the one with the lady who can ride them and stuff, right?
Yeah. It's like a bunch of
She can control the dragons.
yeah, she rides dragons.
Yeah.
Well, it's about her family. I digress. It's a whole thing.
Right. I almost exclusively speaking of going to the movies, when we went and saw The Monkey, like it was the first time me and the wife have gone to a movie, I think since Nosferatu. So not too long, but still like
Oh, okay. Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. But like before Nosferatu, that shit was like The Flash or something, and I vowed never to go again, not to be duped. So like we only go if it's like a smaller director doing something that I'm actually
Yeah.
interested. Like I like that Osgood Perkins guy, that's why I went to that movie. And he did a cool thing where at the end of it you get a preview of the next one he's doing. Like you get how the comic book movie started doing that shit at the end of the credits. Like he does one, but it's basically just a preview for like the next movie. It has nothing to do with this one.
Just cranking them out. Well, dude, I think nowadays, like the modern, like movie going experience, like horror movies are the only movies that make money anymore
Yeah, well,
because they're all like $3 million to make, and they make like 100.
yeah, they're great. My favorite movie genre for a reason. It's always taken care of me. But I'll tell you what though, going to the movies, that fucking sucked. Like that experience has gone downhill.
It sucks.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's dog shit. I think the very first movie that me and the wife saw post pandemic was that Green Knight movie.
Yeah.
Which that movie was pretty sick.
Yeah, I saw it.
But the projector was fucked up.
Yeah.
And it was like super dark.
Was that in Santa Cruz?
No, it was here in Salinas.
It was in Salinas,
and it
yeah.
was like super dark. And then like Vanessa's like, this movie's really fucking dark. And I was like, you know, because it's all like medieval shit. But I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure something's wrong. Like,
Yeah, it's fucked up.
this is like super dark. And I went and complained, and they're like, no, it's a really dark movie.
Yeah.
And then like it just like we left halfway through it because it was so dark I couldn't see it. And I'm like, I actually want to see this movie, and I would rather just.
Yeah, go
And we
home
ended
and
up
buy it.
We ended up like leaving and like getting our money back or whatever. And then when the movie came out on Blu-ray, we bought it, and it was like a
Completely different.
completely different. Fucking
Yeah, the movie's
movie.
good. It has
and
lighting.
we were so fucking pissed because like everything was super sick looking.
It's an extraordinarily visual movie,
Yeah,
too. It's, it's known for its like, look at this fucking wild Guillermo del Toro looking shit.
What other movies did that guy do?
From the Green Knight guy?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I think he made some other pretty sick movies.
It tracks.
Yeah. We're obviously not a movie.
Dude, when I saw
podcast.
Nosferatu, so here's the thing, dude. So the I don't know when you've been downtown Santa Cruz,
Yeah,
but
it's
that
nice.
theater, like, it's not a Regal anymore. So it was a Regal, right? And it was dope. They put all those chairs in that you can recline and all that shit. And like now, I don't know who bought it. Like I think the city might have bought it. It tracks. They were just like paint everything rainbow and fucking don't fix anything anymore. Fucking
Yeah, it's the fucking movie
it's
theaters.
fucked, dude. I saw Nosferatu. There's literally it's just a brown square right through the center of the screen.
Sick, like because
Like-
it's like a digital screen.
Yeah,
probably,
we
right?
watched
And
the
it's, like,
entire movie like that.
The pixels died.
Yeah, we're like waiting to watch it like you did at home and
Yeah.
be like, "What's this movie actually look like?" When
Yeah.
it's not.
Is it out yet or no?
Yeah, we're just waiting because it's like $20.
you already
to rent
saw it. Yeah, fuck
I was
that.
like, dude, I'll wait till it's like $5.
Yeah.
to rent, or
Are you a
$6.
big like Blu-ray buyer guy?
No.
So
I was, but I, with all the streaming and like we just have a little library like within our Prime.
Yeah, I am, but like, I only buy like really weird movies. Like, there's this company called Vinegar Syndrome that makes like prints of like old '70s movies and shit. And like I'll
An interesting name.
and I'll like buy those Blu-rays and stuff. But like, I never buy anything that's like an actual
Right.
like an actual movie that being like a Blu-ray 4K would like, really look good. It's always just like reprints of like old '70s like
Yeah.
fucking,
You're like, oh, Ken Russell's The
Yeah.
Devils. And you're
Yeah.
like, all right, I'll get that.
yeah.
Watch The Hunchback Nun, fucking flick the bean for a little while.
No, yeah, like I bought a bunch of like old like '90s like fucking like titty action movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those are really good.
Those are tight.
Yeah, those are
Dude,
good.
do you have Hell Comes to Frogtown?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we just say Roddy Piper, what a fucking treasure.
Yeah, he
We
was a
didn't
treasure.
know.
Yeah, he was a treasure
We
for
didn't
sure.
know. He didn't get like I firmly stand by he doesn't get like the respect he deserves.
Yeah. I think it's
Cinematically.
because I think it's because in his personal life, I think he
Right.
was a prick.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he was wild motherfucker.
Yeah, I think he was just like an asshole. Like
Yeah.
I think like that's why like one of the things about like because if you look at like The Rock,
Yeah.
like all of his movies are fucking bombs.
Right.
But like they keep casting in movies.
Yeah.
But apparently he's like super nice and super easy to fucking work with.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah, we'll put him in stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Rowdy, not so much.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy's name is Roddy Piper. Like, come on. You can't expect he's not just gonna be like tranquil.
Dude, were you watching wrestling at all when they redid his gimmick, but with like
With Ronda Rousey?
With Ronda
Yeah.
Rousey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Oh, we did see that.
Yeah, we went to it live.
Yeah, we went to it live.
Yeah.
That's right. You too, producer Nick.
Yeah, producer Nikki was with us. We went to
Saw her
the
at her
WWE.
debut too.
Yeah. So, yeah. It was,
Over in San Jose at the big one.
oh yeah, you went to that WrestleMania in San Jose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why didn't you?
Saw all of them, dude.
Why didn't you invite me?
She's the only one that has her own has real music.
Yep, she has real music. No,
Saw-
what's his
didn't we
name?
see Stephanie?
CM Punk. He has like In Living Color as his theme music.
No, yeah.
Just saying, it's a real song.
That show was tight.
Yeah, he's in WWE again. Yep. Yeah,
We got to see Stephanie McMahon.
Yep.
She made a little appearance.
she did.
With her husband, Sarah J. That was cool.
Dude, that's one of the funniest fucking memes I've ever seen.
It's so good.
It's so fucking good. You know what we're talking about? You know that the adult film star Sarah J.
Yes.
So people are there's just a meme when this like shows a picture of Sarah J. and they're just like this motherfucker just looks like this lady just looks like Triple H with fucking cornrows. I will not be putting a picture of that in the. I'll probably put a picture of
Yeah.
Triple H or something.
Yeah.
Oh, and Triple H, his theme music is Motorhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game.
But I don't know if that was.
They made.
I think it made it for him.
They made it for him.
It wasn't
yeah.
like, yeah, I have a catalog. Because
And,
that is like, it's the wildest Motorhead song.
And,
like, it does not fit the rest of the catalog.
I forget what song it is, but during the Attitude Era, when the Undertaker turned his like gimmick into the American Badass.
right. The biker. and-
His theme music was Limp Bizkit.
Oh, tight.
Yeah,
It was
like,
rolling, right?
Yeah, it's rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he would come out on his fucking crazy heart.
rolling. Yeah, dude. That was the shit. She went hard back in the day.
Oh, yeah, I love
You saw
that.
the Undertaker fucking come in like that?
Yeah, dude,
Fuck.
I'd love that shit.
Yeah. God,
Yeah.
such a good one. That was way better. Remember when he went into like the patchwork leather, like fucking hunchback monster look? That one was.
Yeah,
I didn't like that as much.
which one?
When he had, so he like started wearing like a patchwork leather like fucking cloak.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he was still the Undertaker
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
but he just looked all fucking. It was like they wanted to like Todd McFarlane him. up
Oh,
a
okay.
little
So
bit.
they wanted to make him.
So he
look
had
more-
like this fucking hood that covered half his face, and it was just like
Oh, no.
patchwork leather. and
Wasn't
he
it
was-
like a half mask?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he actually broke his fucking orbital bones.
Well, yeah, but the
Yeah, yeah.
gimmick they used for
Yeah.
it was like this weird. He looked like a I don't know, like
Yeah, like a Clive Barker fucking.
yeah, like if Clive Barker was gonna remake Candyman or something, like he had this big trench coat, it was all patchwork.
Sick. Well, should we get into this episode's topic?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think we warmed the crowd up enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody shut off. I added chapters in the episodes.
Yeah.
So, because I'm sure a lot of people like see the title and they're like, "Oh, it's a paranormal thing," and then they just see two fucking dickheads babbling about fucking Warhammer for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, we didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk about any Warhammer. I've been painting too.
Did you get the email?
What email?
Oh fuck, dude. So if you would play fucking Space Marines,
that they're making the Warhammer. They're making
the
Space Marine
third
3.
one. Yeah, did you get that email?
I did get the email.
It was so sick, dude.
Did
you get it, Nikki? No. You didn't get it, huh?
Nikki's scared. Nikki's scared of Warhammer.
Dude, it's tight.
No, he's not scared.
Mine
Nikki
starts off.
Nikki used to play with Warhammer with me.
Dude, I don't know how yours went, but I don't know if they're different. I think they're a mass email, but mine were like, it got me fucking.
Got you chubbed
dude,
up?
I was fucking rock hard. Dude, it was rejoice, brother, and it was just like your duty is not yet done, and then like right below that, it was like fucking Space Marines 3 officially starts production today, and I was like, oh boy.
I wonder when it's going to come out because I know that the new edition of Warhammer will probably come out next year. They fucking crank those editions out so fast nowadays. They come out like every 3 years, so I bet you the rumors are that the next edition box is going to be Space Marines versus Orcs. So I bet you anything that Space Marine 3 will be Orcs.
Well, I don't think so.
Well,
wasn't Space Marine 1 Orcs?
It was, but this Space Marine 2 that came out is Tyranids, and that's the launch box. So like I think
you think they're matching it
they're matching it, launches.
All right.
Yeah.
They're going to revisit
the
boys.
The boys. Okay.
I can't fucking wait.
So, this week's topic. Let me just start off with a quote.
Well, hold on. We should explain to people that I don't know this.
No. I wanted to keep this one a secret. He
purposely kept this from me because he wants to see my visceral reaction.
Yeah.
Nikki doesn't know either. We're in the same boat over here.
And friend of the show, Angie.
Yeah.
One of Nick's minions.
Yeah, one of Nick's fucking
one of Nick's
worshipers.
fans.
Hi, Angie.
She actually sent me a message on Instagram to the Way of the Void.
Yeah.
And she sent me a YouTube video about this topic and was like, "Oh, dude, you guys got to do a show about this." And I like sent her a screenshot of like my notes, and I'm like, I'm literally fucking working on this like episode this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. See, this is where we're torn, right? Because Angie is shaping up to be like the number one fan of this show. And
yeah,
yeah, and she's also on Team Nikki, obviously.
Yeah, on Team Nikki.
Yeah, for her heinous and vile comments that she made about the show and us in particular.
Yeah,
being too mean to him.
That we're being
Don't think
too
we
mean.
haven't forgotten.
Yeah. Everybody just sees Nikki being a fucking angel.
Yeah, weird. The guy that controls when the camera starts recording just happens to only catch us fucking yelling at him.
Yeah,
while he's. God damn it. All right, lay the topic on me. I wanted to get my visceral reaction for you.
So here's the quote. I have 3 spirits. Their names are foe, faith, and truth. I am the 5th dimension. The land of mist. Hell. I will split the atom. If you see me, you are petrified. You will turn into a pillar of salt. I may be small. I am a freak. I am a very clever, unordinary mongoose.
You motherfucker.
This is the
You
story.
doing Jeffrey?
This is the story of Jeff.
You motherfucker.
Jeff the talking mongoose.
Oh man, I was like, he's
no idea
finally
what this
lost
is.
it. He's doing a fucking topic on Keith.
Friend of the show.
You're friend of the show, Keith.
Friend of the show, Keith.
Hey, Keith.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah. Careful.
Yeah,
Careful.
I met Keith Richards. Yeah.
Okay. So you've heard this story before?
I've heard of this story before.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So you could ask me questions then.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't know?
I'm so fucking pumped. You're going to be pumped. You're going to be pumped.
Okay, so this story is in the 1930s, and it starts in 1930 on the Isle of Man. And the Isle of Man is a very small island in between England and Ireland.
Yeah.
And before you ask, at the time it had a population of 51,000 people.
Okay. All sober as a judge.
Yep. And
Yeah.
and the story consists it revolves around one family, the Irving family.
Right. Question. What's the wild mongoose population on the Isle of Man?
That's actually interesting. That is an interesting fact.
What?
Not fact, but question.
Yeah.
Because in the 1920s, there's conflicting reports because there's one report saying that it was actually James Irving, the father, but then most reports say that it was a farmer.
Right.
But a farmer actually released a bunch of mongoose, a bunch of mongoose in the 1920s to kill rabbits.
What the fuck?
And so like but
Why do we do that?
but the climate is not very hospitable to mongoose because they're from tropical warmer
No
climates.
shit.
Yeah.
Like India.
Yeah. And so so they don't know if any of the mongoose actually thrived or survived, but there was a population of mongoose that were released on the
Can you
island.
fucking imagine you're a mongoose?
Yes.
You're in fucking India,
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah.
You love it. Mm-hmm. Fighting vipers,
Yeah.
doing that shit. Fucking you live for it, dude. Gang, gang. And all of a sudden, you're just thrown in a sack and it's welcome to fucking Wales. You're like, fuck is cold.
This story has like a bunch of shit in it. So it consists of this one family, James the father,
Right.
Margaret the mother, and Veery. I don't know how you pronounce it.
But Vera.
Veery or something like that. It's
Is
like
it Vere?
no, it is. Let me see. It is. Where the fuck did I write it down? It's like all over this thing. Why can't I fucking find it?
We have to be able to read.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
It is Voirrey.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're doing it wrong. So this is gonna sound like I'm making a joke, but I'm not. You just say it like a Cockney guy. And it'll make sense. It'll be, oh, it's very.
Very.
It's very.
Very.
It's very over there.
Apparently, it's Gaelic.
What's up?
Apparently, it's a Gaelic name.
Yeah. Just take the lick off.
And apparently, James was like a successful piano repairman. But then
Right
because of World War One, his like business dried up. And so he moved his family to this remote farm.
I love you say this business started drying out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what happens when you blow up all the pianos.
Yeah. Good call. And he moved to his family to this remote farm on the Isle of Man, and the remote farm is called something's Gap.
God.
Cashin's Gap.
Dude, this is already dude. Producer Nikki on it. Fuck, Angie, he's winning me over today.
Yeah, he's winning me over too.
Yeah. Don't you worry, Angie. I think me and Nikki are gonna get along fine now.
So
He was on it.
so this farmhouse had no plumbing,
Right.
no electricity, no power, and it was like a mile away from its
Right.
nearest neighbor.
But still not like really not out of the ordinary though for 1930s.
No, for
Right.
sure. No,
Like
no,
a
no.
lot of that.
But in the 1930s, when they had moved into this house,
Right.
the house had already been like over 100 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like old motherfucker. Yeah, and it was made out of like stone and wood, and I guess the
What they would call a cozy fixer-upper in Santa Cruz.
yeah 1.5 mil.
Yeah, this fucking 200-year-old crypt.
Yeah. And but apparently like the construction of it was kind of weird where it was stone and wood, and the wood panelings were kind of like a foot away from the stone.
So there was a space in between.
So there's a really big space in between all the walls.
People under the stairs.
No. Oh. The mongoose under the stairs.
Mongoose under the stairs, dude.
And so
Dude, you got me going on a fucking horror movie right now. This is tight.
So in 1930, he also had 2 older children.
Yeah.
But they were like fucking not into it. So I don't believe that they lived there very long, or if they lived there at all. Like I believe that it was pretty much just the 2 old parents and this young daughter.
Right.
Isolated. Very, very isolated.
Right. The 2 older kids are like, they're like,
yeah. They're like, I'd rather just work in a fucking shirt mill,
smelting factory.
Yeah.
The fishery, whatever they do over there, whatever there is to do in the Isle of Man.
And so one day they started hearing noises in the walls.
Yeah.
And at first it was like animal noises, and then kind of like bird chirping noises, and then they would also hear scurrying around the walls. And then they also heard something that sounded a lot like a human baby, like weird babbling and blah, 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 and like and crying.
Right. Okay.
And and
so this starts out kind of like a poltergeist.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I'm remembering.
And so I guess the father James like started like, and there's a bunch of holes in the walls too.
Yeah.
Because there's also plaster over the
Dad liked to drink.
It doesn't say he liked to drink, but
the holes in the wall stay a different story.
But there was like plaster on the walls as well.
Yeah.
And I guess there's like a big holes where the wood paneling would be exposed. And he started like
rotting away.
Yeah. So he started like growling into the walls to like scare the fucking thing. And then it would
You say the older children moved out pretty quick, huh?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're gonna run out to this shack. Dad's growling in the walls. I think, you know what? I think I'm out of here.
Yeah. And then so he would growl into the walls, and then the the voice or the animal would mimic the growl. And like
mimic it good, or mimic it
mimic it good,
like an animal trying to do it.
No, like mimic it like very good.
Oh, okay.
And then he would like leave traps and stuff like that, but like nothing.
Not today.
No, it never happened.
Come on, bitch.
And then for whatever reason,
small caliber.
It doesn't really say, but the young girl, whatever.
That's Vera.
Fuck it.
Are you talking about old Vera over there?
We're calling her Vicky.
On the Isle of Man, old Vicky. Vickers. Vic, my girl, you cunt. I hear you. It's chill over there, dude. I can't wait. If we ever do a show over there, dude, I'm gonna call everybody cunt. I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
It's like an endearment.
Yeah. It is a sign of endearment.
Yeah. It's like, you know how you like touch people's feet in India? It's like the ultimate sign of respect. I think over there it's dropping the fucking big C on 'em. You know?
And
so I'll declare our customs.
And then actually before this little girl did this thing, he would also like the father James would like make like animal noises. Just like random animal noises, and then whatever was in the walls would like repeat it perfectly.
Is he doing this just around the house now?
Yeah, like he's doing this to scare the animal off.
But is he doing it in the holes, or is this motherfucker just walking around the house like?
So the thing is about the way that this house is constructed,
yeah,
is that sound reverberates all throughout the house.
So he's just like sitting in the den reading a paper, and then he'll let out
Yeah.
like a fucking,
Yeah.
like a chimp fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so he started doing these animal noises, and then whatever this was, it would like repeat the noise back to
What
him.
is his wife doing during all this? Like, mine would be fucking concerned if this was just like life now.
Yeah.
So I'm just reading the paper, and I'm just like, whoo.
In the dark.
Yeah, just fucking make a different animal. Moo. Like that's I'm doing that.
Sounds
while
like
I'm
something
making
I
a
would do too.
sandwich.
You would do this?
Yeah.
You do this. Yep. Yep.
You'd make friends with it. Let's be honest, Nikki. You'd be in the walls.
I'd be going to the corners and making.
No,
round
you'd be
noise.
the one in there mimicking it. I think he's part mongoose.
Nikki the mongoose.
Yeah,
Hold on. I gotta get my thinking juice in.
yeah. Nikki stressed you out.
Yeah, Nikki stressed me out. And then it got to a point where James would just say the name of an animal,
Yeah,
and then this thing would like impersonate that animal.
like the fucking old McDonald toy,
Yeah, like he would say like duck, and then
Yeah.
it would start quacking,
and a duck goes,
and then like he would like move.
and a quack would just come out of the walls.
Yeah,
right.
so he would just like say the name of the animal, and then
This is 1930s though. Notice, no talks of moving.
no,
Nope. Fuck that.
and then pretty soon after that, the little girl started reciting nursery rhymes into the wall.
Good.
And then it started repeating nursery rhymes.
There's never, like, have they tried going in?
I don't know. I don't think so. They tried to trap it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, people were just a different breed back then. Cause like all this shit's happening and they're just like, well, what are we going to do? I guess, call out some animal names to keep it busy. Like nobody talks about moving. Nobody talks about maybe, opening this wall up, see what's going on in there. Like at this point, at what point do you go like, maybe there's a person in there?
Yeah, that's true.
Like I'd be freaked the fuck out.
Yeah, I'd be pretty freaked.
Like it's one thing you hear like scritching and scratching,
That's pretty freaky.
but if you're just if you're like duck and it's all quack,
yeah.
like
And then so quickly it kind of it seemed to learn English,
okay,
and then started like speaking sentences to them. And then very soon after that, it became completely fluent in English. And would,
Have they seen this thing yet?
they had not seen it yet.
Well, I thought you said they tried to trap it.
They did because they heard
yeah,
the
but they set traps.
yeah, they set traps because they heard the scurrying, and so they assumed that it was a small animal.
Oh yeah.
And then there's actually they do see it, and it's
Yeah.
pretty wild what it looks like.
I bet.
Yeah. And and then so it starts like speaking fluently in English, having full conversations with them, and then it asks the family to call it Jack.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The two older kids are gone at this point. They're long gone.
They're fucking long gone.
Yeah. Okay. So it asks
Yeah.
the family. So I'm just, how did that go down? Like, did he tell dad first? Because I imagine dad can't, you imagine it. Fucking mom's over there. She's washing dishes.
Yeah.
She's really quiet. You've been fucking talking into the walls and making animal noises for months. She's about had it, And then you come in like, oi, love. Oh. So, I was talking with the thing in the walls. So, it kind of asked me if you wouldn't mind calling it Jack.
No, apparently
Stops fucking mid fucking scrub.
this was like a whole family affair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, the whole family was like involved in this, and they they heard the thing talking and they would
This is a
interact with
family.
it.
You're all in the living room for a family meeting,
Yeah.
and you just see like,
Oi!
Yeah.
Call me Jack from now on, oi!
And but
from the walls. Oh, I guess his name's Jack.
but the relationship quickly turned, and
That's how they do it.
and whatever this thing was not happy with the family.
No.
And so it would do this like blood curdling laugh,
Yeah.
and the family described it as evil and satanic.
Mm-hmm.
And it would like keep them up all throughout the night.
Right.
It would scurry and it would like yell at them, and I guess through the holes in the walls, it would spit at the family.
Yeah.
So when they would walk by, it would spit in their faces. And then it had been known to like urinate on their legs and shit
The
through,
little motherfucker.
through the holes of the wall. And then it also like had a wild like fascination with the wife.
Yeah.
And there's certain times where the wife would be like undressing, and then the whatever this thing was in the wall, it would
Victorian era.
it would like describe all the clothing that she was taking off, and like
Yeah.
describe her body, and it was like
900 pieces of clothing.
and it was like super like loud, and it would reverberate through the house. So like nobody had any privacy because this thing would like spy on them, and like it would.
I'm taking. I'm looking at your lady up here.
Yeah.
Oh, she taking off her knickers now.
Yeah,
Oh, looking good, them stems, huh?
yeah,
What you gonna do about it, you cunt?
and then
That's what's going on.
yeah, and then I guess it.
Come
and
over
then-
here, I'm gonna piss on you.
and then he said he didn't get into detail, but it would say like very like sexually charged things about her, and inappropriate comments.
How long has this been going on?
At the time, it's like a fucking long time. It's like because like the next fucking blurb in my notes is 1932, so this has been going on for like a year and some change.
Still no talk of moving.
And-
This motherfucker's interest rate must have been extraordinarily low.
Oh, dude, no, that the
I'll
entire
basically get cucked by mongoose.
the entire farm the entire farm they purchased for like $300
Oh, okay.
or 300 pounds.
Yeah. God, that's fucking good.
And then it would also like intimidate them while they were sleeping. So like Jack and his wife would be sleeping.
Wait, you mean James and his wife?
James,
Jack's
I'm sorry,
the
Jar-
fucker
yeah.
in the wall.
Oh, dude, there's like 3 names that all start with a fucking J, and like
Yeah.
my notes are a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And he'd be sleeping with his wife or whatever, and he'd like, and this one time he whispered to her, and he's like, "What in God's name is this thing?"
Yeah.
And then the voice repeated what he said in a fucking like high pitched mocking tone, and just started like started laughing at him, and then Jack.
I'm James. I'm James.
And then
That's what he's doing?
He would he's just making fun of this fuck. And I guess he would anytime he would sit up in the middle of the night in his bed, the voice would tell him to lay back down, you devil.
Yeah. You lay back down.
So
James.
this thing's like a gremlin, but it's a mongoose.
Yeah, it's mongoose.
But it's like a gremlin.
It's like
More
a
or less.
gremlin. Yeah. Yeah, it's a boglin.
No.
And actually, do you want me to give you a quick little description of this thing?
Well, do it when they get to see it
Okay,
for the
yeah,
first
yeah.
time.
And
Because
so
they still haven't laid eyes on it.
so yeah, he would like, you know, he but the thing was though is that the dad James was like fascinated by this, and
I would want to fucking kill this thing.
he would when he would go to town to like purchase fucking eggs or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
he would like tell people about it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And so he like,
Of course.
and you know, obviously to his wife and daughter's dismay.
Yeah, this is where
Yeah.
Jack's getting his plan done. He started to fracture the family.
Yeah. And
No
so like,
longer a
so
unified front.
James was like super interested by this, and he
I
would like
bet.
tell people about it and talk about it.
Dude, okay, we've all invited someone over to our house that our fucking wives are not fucking pumped on, or like brought somebody over at a time when like they don't want anybody over. This is like that on
Yeah.
the
On
10th degree.
Yeah.
Like this is wild because I know what's coming.
yeah.
I know what's coming. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. This motherfucker's gonna have some people over for dinner.
No.
He's just started throwing parties. Come talk to the thing.
No,
on the walls.
we get to that. Sort of, kind of. But obviously, this is to no surprise. The family's kind of like weird,
Yeah,
and the people
no shit.
and like the villagers kind of like always thought they were odd.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like the two parents are like very old.
Yeah.
And the daughter is very young, and she has like only lived on the island and like never leaves, and is like super reserved and shy, and is like a weird shut-in.
Yep.
So they so he kind of tells people, and then rumors kind of start or whatever, and then like people kind of start stopping by
Yeah.
to see what this is. And two young
Dude, hide your wives. My boy Jack don't fuck around.
yeah, and two young lads go, and they start playing in their garden or some shit to try to see this thing. And they said they said that they saw it,
Okay.
and it like talked to them or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And what they said it was like about a foot long, and it looked like a mongoose, but it had a big bushy tail,
Okay.
and it was yellow with stripes, and its hands were human hands.
It's like a Pikachu
Yeah.
that just talks shit. And
Yeah.
just fucking stalks your wife.
And so that was kind of one of the very first sightings. And then, but Jack was very, didn't like people to see him.
No.
And so the family saw him a number of times. Like they would see him,
Yeah.
but
Every time it was an incident, wasn't it?
it was
Didn't
like,
that at all.
yeah, he didn't like it. And he didn't, and even the family that like lived there, he didn't present himself very often.
Dude, what would you do? What would you do? Let's just think about it for a minute.
Like,
Fucking
okay, if I was in a
your wife can't take a shower because fucking Rocket Raccoon's gonna terrorize the shit out of her.
oh, and
and it's
and
gonna reverberate through the entire house.
and
Yeah, right?
And
You burn the fucking house down.
and the crazy thing is that they were like super poor though,
Okay.
so they had to live there.
Well,
I don't know, but
Okay.
anyways, and the wild thing is that they had a dog. They had like a shepherd dog.
no, they don't want anything to do with this.
No,
They're good with regular stuff. They
Yeah.
don't do the dogs
No.
don't do paranormal, dude.
If this happened to me, and if I had to live there, I don't know. I'd probably like buy a bunch of fucking those big old Maine Coon fucking cats, and just like have like a dozen fucking cats in my house, and just be like, all right, you want to fuck around?
The rumors would start about you too, wouldn't they?
I don't give a fuck. No, I don't know. This thing, Jack, kind of honestly sounds like it has a personality a lot like mine. So I think we'd probably get along.
Right, right. Yeah.
Did they get the clergy involved in all that?
No,
Oh, good question. Yeah.
no.
When does Father McFeely stop by?
Quite the opposite happens. Quite the exact opposite of the clergy gets involved.
Paranormal investigators.
Yeah,
Yep. There they are.
yeah. And so, you know, the whole island's gossiping about them. You know, the mother
Missed like a man.
the mother and father are kind of bummed. No, the mother and daughter are kind of bummed. This guy James seems to be fucking stoked on it, and I guess he even goes to like his neighbors and
Right.
asked his neighbors for like some like rat traps,
Yeah.
you know, and then he's like, yeah, I have a weasel in my walls, And then so the neighbors give him his traps or whatever. And then I guess like he sees this guy James like a week later. And then like the neighbor's like, oh, how are the like, how's the weasel thing going? And he's like, oh, the thing started talking. And then the guy's like, okay, all right.
I was saying, dude, the rat traps, like, you like this, you're just, you know, you're reading the paper or whatever. You just hear like a fucking,
Yeah.
hey, fuck!
So I'll get into that. So at some point around this time, the mom leaves the farm for a time to go visit family.
Yeah, I knew
And-
that was coming.
And
I knew that was. I'm going to stay at my mother's.
she leaves for a little while, and then he sets a couple traps. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so it's just him and the daughter staying in the farm or
Well,
whatever.
she left the kid.
She left the kid.
I didn't see that coming.
and so the report is that one night they're sleeping, and then they're awoken by this like blood curdling scream, and then they just hear this thing screaming for like a half hour straight.
Yeah, he got in
like
that fucking rat trap, didn't he?
Blood curdling fucking scream. You know?
Yeah.
And then but it's like reverberating all throughout the house,
Right.
and the little girl's freaking out and shit. And it's like this like deafening fucking scream.
Did the dad mimic it back to it in like a girlish high pitched voice?
I would have.
Yeah, dude.
And then the screaming stops.
Yeah.
And then they don't hear anything.
Yeah.
It's done.
Somebody got some fucking act right, didn't they?
And then a few days later,
Yeah.
they're awoken in the middle of the night by a blood curdling scream.
This was like a war call though.
And then it like starts laughing and giggling, and then it's doing this blood curdling scream like in a mocking tone.
he's fucking Tupacing him.
And then he starts making fun of him for trying to trap
5
him.
shots couldn't drop me.
And
I
then
took
he-
it in smile.
And then he starts mocking the father James
Fuck.
and tells him to never fucking set traps again.
Come on.
Yeah.
He didn't. He did, didn't he?
What?
He fucking told you like, hey, little pussy boy.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's just gonna stop me? Huh, little pussy James? Someone's upset?
And so
Don't do that shit again, James. I'm not gonna fucking tell you again.
And so, so at this point, James thinks that whatever this is doesn't like them, and
Yeah, James is a full-on cuck to a poltergeist mongoose.
and doesn't want him in the house. You know,
Yeah,
but a little bit of time kind of passes, and then the relationship changes because pretty much like this thing says, well, I just didn't like you because I thought you didn't like me.
right.
And he's like tired of like picking on them. And so they kind of like start like this symbiotic kind of relationship.
Now they're chilling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so he kind of starts showing himself to the family more. They see him. He starts helping the family out a little bit, where he like starts like he starts killing rats, and then he would like leave them for him. And like
He still has like a like mongoose tendencies.
yeah.
Okay.
And then he kind of like starts like a weird sort of friendship with the family.
Right.
And then he really like latches onto the girl,
Yeah.
and they kind of like have like a weird relationship, weird friendship together. And he tells the little girl that he doesn't like the name Jack, and he wants to be called Jeff. And,
Oh, okay. So he's a fucking 2025 mongoose.
Yeah.
He's on that train.
Yeah.
Right on.
So call him Jeff.
You call him whatever you want. All right. We've been through this. We know the rules. All right. However you want to be called, that's what we'll call you.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why we call him Producer Nikki.
That's right, dude. Fucking allies right here.
And so he tells the little girl that he's actually a ghost
Oh.
in the body of a mongoose.
Okay.
and he's from India, and he's about 80 years old.
Okay.
So they're friends. And then so at this time they him and the little girl would like kind of like wander around the island together, and people say that they saw the mongoose like walking on fences and stuff like that.
The little girl and is mom back?
The mom's back. Yeah.
Mom's back
Yeah,
now.
that was a short trip.
Okay, she got talked back in again,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, love.
Yeah.
It's much better now. Jack's being much nicer now. Oh, producer Nikki's gotta go.
Producer
Yep,
Nikki's
there he
leaving.
is.
Wave to the camera.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
Hey, don't slam the front door.
Fuck.
So it's just us.
Yeah, now it's just us. Like the old days.
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, yeah. Now that he's gone.
Now that he's gone, we could stop this paranormal charade and get back to the Warhammer talk.
Yeah. God damn.
And
I keep putting this through the prism of like I try to put myself in James's shoes, and
Yeah.
I'm just trying to explain this to my wife. Like, dude, it would not be happening.
no.
My wife would be so fucking not into
Yeah.
fucking Jack the mongoose.
Yeah. James. No, Jeff.
Jeff. Now. Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
We didn't know. I didn't want dead name. Jeff. I'm sorry. We know the rules. It won't happen again. I promise. Sorry. Please. I'm sorry. I'm new at this. I'd like this to be a career. Please. Okay. I hope
And,
they understand.
Wait, where the fuck was I? So the little girl, like, obviously was not very liked on the island.
No.
And like she got nicknames and people would call her Spook.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Dude, 100%. Get the fuck out of here with your creepy mongoose, dude.
Yeah.
I would no.
and
Throw shit at her.
And at this time, there was like a sighting where she was like walking around in like the little village, and a group of kids like started like making fun of her and calling her names and shit like that. And then
Here comes Jeff though.
and then they started just getting fucking pelted by a bunch of fucking rocks.
Yeah.
And the kids said that they did not come from where the girl was, and it like came from some invisible area, and like they just got like fucking bombed on. And then Jeff was like super protective of the girl,
Yeah.
and then would come back to he would like leave the farmhouse and go all over the island too. And like he really liked gossip. And so he would like,
Fucker.
and then he would like listen to people's like gossip and tell the family.
Shit, we would be friends with him.
Yeah.
we
And,
would be friends with Jeff.
and so I guess on one occasion,
Spill that tea, girl.
on one occasion, he said that he went to the neighbor's house,
Yeah.
and he said that the neighbor was like talking shit about the little girl.
Ooh.
And then he asked James, he's like, do you want me to go kill all the sheep?
Yeah.
And do you want me to kill all their poultry, all their like goose
Yeah.
and chickens or whatever?
Yeah.
And
we go
then
fuck this shit up.
And then a week later, reports are that like all their chickens went missing.
Dude, James said yes, didn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, dude. Don't disrespect the set. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Nah, dude. Retaliation must be swift.
yeah.
Dude, Jeff's fucking cool as fuck.
I
now.
like Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff's tight.
Yep. Well, you got to think, he probably had been living in this house, and these fucking goons just moved in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Squatters' rights.
Right, dude? Oh, man. Now that he's like a avenging, protective angel for the little girl, he's like much better in my mind now. That's so tight. You have a ghost mongoose just walking around in a tiny little island off of England, being like, "Who's talking shit?"
But the Father James kind of said that like the relationship with Jeff got way better,
Yeah,
but he still had like a super like evil streak.
He had bad temper, dude. He's a mongoose.
Yeah,
He's
and
got
so-
that goose in him, dude.
Yeah, so they said that he would like get quick to like rage. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
then he would like threaten the family.
That's right.
You know, if they like did anything that he didn't like, or if like if people ever came over to look at him,
Who fucking stacks shit in front of the doggy door?
yeah, he would get
Yeah.
fucking pissed if people came over to look at him, and a lot of people did.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people came, and it actually got to the point where
He only liked people that he knew looking
Yeah.
at him and shit and
Yeah.
seeing him and stuff.
and it got to the point where the dad James had to like put up a bunch of no trespassing signs and actually had to
Right.
like barricade the road that led to the house because so many people were coming
Yeah, dude.
and bugging him.
This is no joke, dude. This guy will fuck up your life.
Yeah, it fucking sounds like it. And he would often tell the family, he would say like, I could kill you all, but I won't.
Oh, you know what? I could kill all of you motherfuckers right now. I don't. I don't.
And so kind of like around this time, the media kind of got alerted to this. And
Great.
obviously there's not a lot going on the Isle of Man. And so a newspaper man actually came to the house to interview him and interview the dad James, and
Right.
was like, oh, you know, I'm really interested about like your haunted house. And then he's like, and James is like corrected him. He's like, oh, like the house isn't haunted.
No.
Like he's like, this is just a really smart mongoose.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. That's Jeff.
Yeah. He's like,
Just Jeff.
Yeah. And so that was like kind of
Not
one
a
of the-
haunted house, buddy.
that was kind of
Just
one.
Jeff.
That was kind of one of the things where, like, obviously, this story sounds a lot like a poltergeist, you know. But for whatever reason, the family was like, "No, this is just a mongoose. Don't be crazy.
Yeah.
Don't be crazy."
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna say if it's like, you know, because the minute go 30 seconds before the reporter knocks on the door, and it's just you and Jeff, and Jeff's got you by the fucking beard
Yeah.
and like the ear. You're like, all right, listen up, motherfucker.
He's like the
You
fucking.
don't tell this journo nothing, all right? I'm just a smart fucking mongoose. Wouldn't want something to happen to your pretty little wife, would you? Or your nice, pretty little daughter. So let's just keep everything nice and calm and keep my fucking name out your mouth. It's just a Guy Ritchie movie waiting to be made.
He's fucking gangster number one.
Yeah, dude. Okay, Jeff. Okay.
And so this newspaper man said that he came and like Jeff, like they came and he tried to talk to Jeff, and like nothing.
He's just like running on a wheel.
No, nothing. Like he didn't make any noise. And
He never
so-
saw him either.
No, he didn't hear from him,
Yeah.
see him or anything. And I think he did hear him eventually, but he said that like pretty much everybody who saw Jeff or
Yeah.
heard him, because there was a few people that did hear him, never heard him when all three of the family were in the same room.
Oh. Well, the plot thickens.
Yeah. And
I'm telling you, if this goes like proven hoax on us right now, that's fucking terrifying. Because that means that old James has just been fucking yapping to himself since he was making animal noises in the den.
yeah.
That's fucking scarier than the mongoose.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two kids got out. The two older kids
Yeah.
are like, nah.
And so a lot of paranormal investigators caught wind of this, and
Yeah.
some paranormal investigators came,
Oh, here they
and
come, baby.
I'll kind of gloss over that, but like one of the most famous ones was this guy named Harry Price. And Harry Price at the time was he himself said that he was like a fucking medium or something. I don't know what the fuck he was.
Oh, great.
But he's also like a big debunker.
Oh, good.
He would go to mediums and debunk them.
Oh,
Yeah, and so like and so he kind of had a very strange relationship with like the paranormal world, because
I bet it was very strained.
because he himself was like a paranormal person and said that he like believed in this stuff and the occult
Yeah.
and everything, but he also like debunked a lot of people.
And he had like a big name.
yeah,
for
and
himself.
he had a big name.
Dude, can you imagine that? This would be like if remember Crossing Over with John Adams or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, like where he would just talk to all the dead people in the audience. It was like before Oprah.
yeah,
Like imagine if that guy fucking showed up in
Yeah.
Vegas at like a Chris Angel show. And was
exactly.
Like, this guy's full of shit.
That's actually that's actually the
this is how he does it.
that's actually the exact.
He's not a real fucking psychic like me.
Yeah, that's actually the exact scenario that happened.
There
And,
is no magic here.
And so he was really interested with the case, and he started investigating it. And he actually sent one of his colleagues, a guy named Captain Dennis, and Captain
on.
and apparently Captain Dennis was like a very shrewd man and very like truthful, and like Price trusted him.
You'd be before noon. After that, he's drinking.
And he actually went.
Dennis.
He actually went to go visit the farm and the family multiple times to try to get Jeff to speak, and Jeff never did around him. And he said that one time he heard Jeff talking, and then he kind of like looked over through the other room, and Veery was sitting there holding her finger to her lips, and so she didn't look to be speaking,
Right.
but she could hear Jeff speaking.
Okay.
And he was one of the ones that said that like Jeff never talked when all three of the Irvings were in the same room.
I see. Okay.
And so he had a pretty good relationship with them, you know what I mean? And he like came
Who? Fucking Captain Ron?
Yeah, Captain Dennis. He came to
Yeah.
visit a few times, and he said that
I imagine Kurt Russell from Captain Ron is
and
showing up.
one of the last times that he came to visit, him and James were walking along the beach, and they were kind of just like talking or whatever. Like he was interviewing him, and he bent down and picked a flower and put it in his coat. And then he told James, he's like, yeah, I feel like something is like following us. Like I feel like something's watching us. And James is like, oh yeah, that's Jeff, definitely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like he'll follow me like miles and miles. Like anytime I like leave the house, he'll follow me the entire time. And and so they go back to the farmhouse, and when they get back to the farmhouse, the mother comes out to them and is like, "Oh, Jeff was following you,
Yeah.
and he said that he saw you put a flower in your coat."
Oh.
And this Captain Dennis says, like, he's like, "There's no way that James could have given her this information."
Could the little girl have been following him and hiding?
But he said that they walked up, and then the mom came up. So maybe the little girl was spying on him and like ran and told him. But he specifically said that there's no way that James could have relayed this information.
What is Jeff? What does Jeff sound like? What's it described as?
It's,
Like, does he have like a man's voice?
No, it's high pitched and
Okay.
like squealy.
Okay.
Yeah,
God.
yeah,
Getting fucking threatened by Mickey Mouse.
yeah. And so and I believe that at
Something to say, Jeff?
and I believe at one point his last visit he's in the house, and he hears like Jeff yelling at him and threatening him, this Captain Dennis. And then Veery is not in the room with them.
Yeah.
She's in the garden, and he runs to the window to see her, and he says that she's like pretty far away, like playing in the garden.
Wow.
And he like hears this thing like yelling at him and threatening him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't run to her.
And so
You pay attention to me,
so
pussy
he,
boy.
so he relays this message to this Harry Price guy, and then Harry Price I don't know if he necessarily believes it, but he tells
So he kind of sent this dude in his stead
Yeah.
to like
Yeah.
to go like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm busy, I'm busy proving Harry Houdini's a fraud.
Yeah.
Why don't you go and check out the talking ghost mongoose?
Oh, and I guess he was throwing objects at him too.
Yeah,
This last visit.
I would too.
And so he kind of was a skeptic at first.
Fucking dirty boat captain in my house.
He was a skeptic
outta
at
here.
first, and then he kind of left being a believer. Wow. And that was actually like the story is like a lot of reporters, like pretty much every reporter that came, said that there's definitely something happening in this house.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're like, I don't know if it's a talking mongoose.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's this family fucking faking it, but something fucking weird is happening.
Well, it's interesting. Like I could imagine I could imagine very easily like you move into this house. Everything all right there? What the fuck was that?
It's just cold.
Oh, like you move into this house.
It's Bailey's.
Oh, yeah.
It curdled finally.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
And then you figure out that like the acoustics are super fucked up.
Yeah.
And like reverberate everywhere. And then you over time, because like, so like if she could have been in the garden, but like just speaking into a pipe that led into the basement and it's going to reverberate all through the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could definitely see like a family with enough time, especially isolated like that.
Yeah.
Like you could probably figure out all kinds of fucking tricks with that. Because didn't you say the acoustics are super messed up all over the house?
All over the house.
Whatever you do just reverberates.
There's like no privacy in the house.
Right, because of the space. And there's also the space between the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, could a human could fit in there, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Or is it very small?
They said it was pretty small, but they could. And I didn't get into this. This is actually kind of funny too, is that they would often leave Jeff food.
Okay.
And they said that his favorite thing to eat was bacon
all right.
and bananas.
Together?
Yeah. And they would leave him a saucer of milk.
Like fucking Elvis?
And they said that they would like hang it from the rafters. Uh-huh. And then
give me another bacon peanut butter sandwich.
And then in the morning it would be gone.
Wow.
So whatever this thing was, it seemed to like consume food.
Yeah, it needs sustenance.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that kind of puts ghosts out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
well, I guess if it's a ghost that's possessed
a body,
a mongoose, yeah.
I don't really know how possessions work, but I imagine you have to keep the body going.
I assume so. Fuck.
I know.
What was he eating before they moved in?
Fucking rabbits.
Yeah.
And rats and shit.
And it can kill fucking chickens and shit.
And
sheep.
To get back to the Harry Price thing. So this Harry Price guy says to Jeff, he's like, well, I'm going to write a book about this. And also too, like one of the main things about this, about the, like the whole hoax aspect of this is that, like they never made any money off of this. The family. And like they actually became like pariahs of the island.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like everyone thought they were fucking kooks.
Yeah.
Or at the very least fucking bad luck or possessed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that was like that before any of this started too. They kind of had nothing to lose. And this isn't like, not to be the Debbie Downer, but this isn't like unheard of. Like a lot of those Bigfoot footprints and stuff were made by like one old guy who like he used to leave like buffalo hair and like he used to take dumps out in the woods and put buffalo hair on it, and then people would report it.
That's actually something I forgot to mention is that this Harry Price actually asked for some physical evidence. And so like when they had correspondence and stuff like that between this dentist guy's visits and shit. And this is kind of like when their like relationships sort of pseudo soured a little bit
for the second time. Because
this Harry Price guy like asked for samples, and so they sent him some hair.
Yeah.
That they set a pair of like scissors somewhere, and they asked Jeff to cut some of his hair.
Right.
And then they left out some plaster for him to make prints, and he did. So they sent him some hair, and they sent some like paw prints.
Right.
That were like made in plaster, and then when Harry Price received them, they did testing on it, and they're like, "This is fucking dog hair." and then the cast was like,
It's like fucking raccoon.
No, it was like he said that it looked like somebody with their fingers just made a fucking weird paw print. Like it was an obvious fake.
Right.
And so he was kind of like disappointed
Dude,
with
they
that.
probably got that request. Like, we need some physical evidence.
Yeah.
And they were just like, oh, fuck.
And then and this kind of is like kind of one of those things where it's like you could kind of play it both ways. You know what I mean? You could play it like, oh, this family is faking it.
Right.
But then also Jeff is like a motherfucker. And he said, he's like, oh yeah, I just cut hair from the dog. And he said that he made those paw prints to look fake because he doesn't want people to know about them.
Okay. Jeff's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. So he's also like,
I'm going to say, you mentioned making the phone. What are you supposed to do? Call Harry Price up and just
Yeah.
be like, so I talked to the mongoose.
yeah.
And,
He said he faked it.
yeah, Jeff said he faked it. He was fucking around.
Hey, what's up? I fuck around.
Yeah. I don't know. Fuck around.
I fuck around. So this Harry Price guy decides to write a book about this.
Okay.
And he co-authors this book with this guy named R.S. Lambert. And R.S. Lambert
Okay.
was actually like a distinguished person, and he was a part of like the Film Institute of the British Film Institute.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he was kind of like a well-respected person.
all the Monty Pythons.
Yeah. And then Harry Price told James that he would give him money for the book. He's like, once the publishing fees and everything, I'll give you half the profit of the book. And he's like, but I will preface this that like my books do not make money.
Yeah. They're not flying off the shelves.
Yeah. And this was no exception.
Yeah.
Like the Irvings never saw any money from this book.
Well, no,
and
come on,
Harry
dude. It's Jeff the Talking Mongoose, not
Yeah.
fucking Jack Reacher. Like,
and he didn't sell a lot of these books or whatever, and so I think he just made enough money to pay off the publisher or whatever. And but the funny thing about this is that Jeff the Mongoose was actually part of a legal case.
what?
Because the British Film Institute were not pleased that this Lambert guy co-authored this book, and they kicked him out of the Film Institute, and they said they did not respect his ties to the occult and the paranormal.
Oh.
And that they don't want their name to be like,
Soiled.
Thank you.
This pseudoscience.
So this Lambert guy fucking sues them for defamation.
Oh, wow.
And there's a legal case that goes on for a few weeks, and they bring up Jeff, and they bring up all the evidence, and they bring up how many visits and stuff like that, and they break the entire case down, and this Lambert guy wins.
Nice.
And so this Lambert guy is awarded like £750, and to this day,
Hell yeah.
because of that lawsuit, he's the only person that ever saw a dime from this story.
Hell yeah. So tight.
Yeah.
I feel bad for that guy because he was like in the writing world, part of the Film
Yeah.
Institute and
Yeah.
stuff. You imagine it? Just imagine being him for a minute. You got suckered into doing this book about the ghost talking mongoose on the Isle of Man. Like, you have to go to some publishing dinner, right? And then it's just like Hemingway and Tolkien standing over there being like, hey, Lambert, how's it going? You fool. Like,
And,
that has to suck. You get kicked out of your fucking Film Institute.
And so this Harry Price guy is a kind of like the most well-known investigator that kind of investigated this whole thing.
Right.
Like if you look at all the research and stuff like that, like Harry Price's name is like right there with Jeff Mongoose. Like he's very tied to this, But there's another investigator that actually has a lot of ties to this too. And this guy's name is Nandor Fordor. And
Okay.
there's actually a movie about him.
Yeah.
It just came out like 2 years ago. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I should have. I didn't.
It sounds like a fucking Star Wars general.
It's a Simon Pegg movie. Simon Pegg plays this guy.
Okay. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Right. It's about this.
Yeah, it's about this.
Yeah.
And so this investigator actually is the person that spent the most time with the Irvings.
Okay.
And he stayed in the house with the Irvings for a week.
Ooh, boy.
And he interviewed them.
That'd be a weird week.
Jeff never presented himself to him. And he heard Jeff a few times and spoke with Jeff a few times, but it was kind of the same scenario where nobody was in the same room at the same time.
Right.
And he was like a famous author on Poltergeist and stuff like that. And he kind of had like a different approach to this. He, for some reason, thought that the wife, Margaret, had psychic abilities. And so he thought it focused on her, and then,
Okay.
and so that was kind of like what he kind of came away from it. But later on, during an interview, they interviewed him about this case.
Okay.
And he said that it was a pretty difficult situation. And he thinks that because of James Irving's isolation and loneliness,
Yeah.
that he somehow manifested this
Yeah.
and somehow infected the family with all of this as well.
Dude, it's a classic case.
Yeah.
This is a classic case of a fucking horniness madness.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this dude's wife, not a fan. James does stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Tells
often.
tells everybody about
Tells
it.
everyone and their
Yeah.
mom about it. So his things aren't good at home.
No.
And he's just not getting the devils out. And then all of a sudden, that horniness needle
Yeah.
goes into the red, and you fucking blow a gasket, and you start talking to a goddamn sock puppet you rolled in crazy glue and put dog hair all over.
And
this is Jeff.
And there was a report of somebody overhearing Jeff pleading with James to please let him go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't
Okay.
know.
I'll tell you what. One, I hope that it was real. Like, that's what my hope is.
Yeah.
My expectation is that it's not, but my dream would be like a really, really like take this seriously.
Yeah.
Horror movie comedy.
Yeah.
Like it would be fucking unreal. If you gave it to somebody that could do it, like this, it already sets you up.
And then
Shoot it like an A24 movie, but like make it about Jeff, the fucking talking mongoose.
And just to give a date, that Nandor guy he visits the house in 1937.
Okay.
So this has
been going on for
years.
the better part of a decade.
Yeah. And so the story of Jeff kind of like fades away, and he kind of stops interacting with the family as much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But James still talks about it. He's still like, Jeff still pops up every once in a while.
Really?
Yeah. And
But he's more scarce.
and reports on the island, like people say that they see him and that they hear Jeff, and they even say like there's like rumors where like anytime somebody's like lunch goes missing, like people are like, oh, Jeff took my
That
lunch.
motherfucker Jeff.
Yeah. And then apparently there is like a big thing at the bus station where all the bus drivers and stuff like that said that they are being harassed by Jeff.
Yeah.
And they even put up signs with like pictures of mongoose with like a wanted Jeff thing. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
And so it became kind of like a folklore thing of the island as well.
Stealing people's lunch is fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked.
I would be so pissed.
And then so in 1940, Veery moved away. She like found work somewhere.
Yeah.
I think like in the town or something like
Get
that.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah, she left the town, and she was like, 19 or 20 at this point.
Yeah.
And she
Just super well adjusted, easy to be around, gets social cues, super
they
good.
they get it. They actually she gets into that a little
Yeah.
bit later.
Yeah.
I that's how I'm gonna end this.
Yeah.
But
She's all fucked up.
but she only visits the family like once a week, you know.
Yeah.
And same thing, Jeff.
Once a week, that's a lot.
And she actually grows to kind of like disdain Jeff
Yeah, I bet.
and is not like into the story and
No.
is like not like stoked on him.
No.
And then so Jeff kind of isolates and kind of only interacts with James after a while.
Stupid fucking
Yeah.
Jeff. Fucking idiot Jeff.
And
I hate them.
and in 1942, James becomes ill, and his eldest daughter Elsa,
Ah, yeah, I forgot they had 2 others.
who moved in with the family,
Ah,
and she never believed in Jeff ever,
Nope.
ever.
yeah.
And she came to like help the family out, and she said that she did hear James a number of times. Only when Veery came to visit, though.
Really?
Yeah. And then so let
So
me
they heard
see.
Jeff a number of times.
Yeah. So she heard him, but only when Veery was visiting.
Okay.
And then I guess she's there for like 3 years. And then in 1945, James passes away.
Ah,
And the report is that when he's on his deathbed and the mother Margaret and Elsa are in the room
Yeah.
caring for him, they said that they saw a brush on a dresser go
Yeah.
back and forth like this, like in a brushing motion. And then when James passed away, it drops.
I see. Okay.
And that's what they said that they saw. And then after this, the mom sells the farm
Yep.
And
Time to
mo-
get the fuck out of here.
and moves in with her kids.
Yep.
And I guess because of the rumors and
How old is mom at this
she's
point?
probably old as fuck.
Yeah.
But because of the rumors and everything, the house and the property is not worth much money.
yeah.
And she ends up selling it at auction for like £140.
Good financial decision.
And then the person that bought it apparently sold it a couple months later and never speculated why.
yeah, for like 500 pounds.
Yeah, and they sold it. And then this other guy, this farmer, let me see if I put his name down. This guy named Leslie Graham bought the farm, and he said
Yeah.
that he was gonna totally revamp the farm and he was gonna make it a profitable farm. So he started investing money into it,
Yeah.
and started building and stuff like that, revamping it.
Did Jeff pop back up?
And he said that he saw Jeff and shot him and killed him.
Fuck yeah. Oh,
And there's a picture of him holding this fucking big ass dead mongoose.
no shit.
Yeah,
Like a verified picture and all
a
that?
verified picture in the newspaper. Yeah, and then the family,
Yeah.
the remaining surviving Irvings,
Yeah.
said, "Oh, that's not Jeff."
Oh, fuck off. You know it's Jeff. You know damn well, dude. Jeff was popping off at the mouth like he does, trying that shit with fucking Larry. Larry wasn't having any of that shit.
And so pretty much like
I love the ending of this. This is tight.
Veery, I think Veery passes away in like 1992, I believe. And she does not like this story
Yeah.
at all. And lots of people throughout the years, they said that this story pops up every once in a while, and then people would call her and like ask her, and a lot of people actually offered her like money to debunk the hoax.
Really?
Hoax. Yeah, and she never took it, and she all the way until her death, she said that it was real and that it really happened.
Wow. All right.
But she had an interview, I believe, in the 70s. She had like an interview or whatever. And you could find it, or what, I might post it, but no one's gonna fucking read it.
Yeah.
But she gives like a quote that's like pretty fucking gnarly, where they ask her about, was Jeff real? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then her quote was, I don't know. I know he was a small animal, about 9 inches long to a foot. I know he talked to us. His voice was high pitched, and he swore a lot. And he would carry regular conversations with us. And he said that she hates Jeff,
Yeah.
and she wishes that it never happened to her. And she said that she was super shy, and it gave her tons of attention that made her uncomfortable. And her and her mom would like plead with her dad to not talk about it and tell people, but he was just too wrapped
He
up.
fucking loved it.
He was too wrapped up and couldn't. And
Yeah.
she said that he was just like enthralled by this story and
Yeah, he
couldn't
loved it.
stop.
He couldn't help himself.
And she says that she's like, yeah, Jeff is the reason why like he ruined my life.
Yeah.
And he said that she never married because she was embarrassed. That she said that if she ever met a man and if he found out about this, she wouldn't be able to like tell him. So she like never found a man, never married,
Oh.
and never really made money.
Dude, so right?
Yeah,
Vera, baby?
I know.
Come on, dude.
So
She obviously didn't know how we work.
yeah,
Yeah. We don't give a fuck.
and you know, so it's one of those things where this obviously could have been a hoax, obviously, but they never made anything from it, and it seemed to just fucking ruin their lives. This
Yeah.
story, you know
Much
what I
like
mean?
Jeff is to do. Dude, Jeff's an asshole.
Yeah,
I love him, but he's
Yeah.
a fucking dickhead.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a fucking prick.
I might make a T-shirt of Jeff.
Really?
Maybe
The talking mongoose?
that's something. Who knows? I don't know. It might be a funny drawing.
It would be a really good drawing.
But
How are you gonna get across his dickhead nature?
I don't know.
Just put like a quote on the back in like old English.
Yeah.
Next to a dead mongoose.
Yeah.
Put that dude holding the dead mongoose up.
Yeah, there you go.
Blast that on a shirt, dude.
But
I love it, dude. Larry stood on business that day. He
But
was
this
not
is-
having it.
this is a pretty interesting story. You know, it's a weird one. I honestly had never fucking heard of it until it like because I had a hell of a time trying to pick what I wanted to do my story on,
Right.
and this like literally just like popped up like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
and I just started like researching it.
Yeah, I found out about it from a different podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and I like listened to it then. But it's been a couple years,
Yeah.
and it's one of those where you're like, it's so wacky that like, if it is a hoax, there's way easier ways to
Yeah.
to concoct that,
Yeah.
without fucking talking mongoose is a
But-
big sell.
You know what? Like a lot of people like there's lots of speculation about it, and you know, obviously a poltergeist,
Right?
a talking mongoose are some of the theories.
Yeah.
But like one of the main theories is that it's just could have been like a group psychosis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the entire family was super isolated.
Well, I think more. I think if I had to weigh in, I think that it'd be more so the dad's psychosis.
Yeah.
And then it was just like a super bad time if you were to interrupt that delusion.
And then the little girl
And,
was
yeah,
probably
she was
just
too young.
too young and grew up with it, and
Yeah.
probably grew up with it believing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until she became older and
Right.
got like bitter because of it.
It was her crazy dad.
Yeah.
That like, yeah, like I could see that 100%.
Yeah.
You know, if you're out there in the middle of nowhere and it's just you and your crazy dad
Mm-hmm.
and your mom, like, yeah, if he's gonna fucking scream and shout and break shit and punch holes in the walls and fucking
Fuck.
do all this shit every
Yeah.
time you're like, it's not real.
And gossip
Then, like,
to the
yeah,
neighbors.
Yeah, dude, then why would you ever want to
Yeah.
like tip him over the edge? you know?
Yeah. And you know what? And he probably like loved these weird investigators. And like it
Yeah,
said that
the
like
whole thing.
it said a bunch of
Yeah.
like spiritualists came to visit and did seances and shit there. And like,
Yeah.
you know, so he probably like reveled in the fucking attention.
Yeah. Just get the cuntiest fucking poltergeist that's ever
Yeah.
lived is what you have to as a spiritualist.
Yeah.
It's the only time. So once you goggle me ball sack with your spiritualists, huh? Get out of here, oi, oi. Yeah. Like
But,
just like the wildest shit's being screamed at
Yeah.
you by this fucking kook of a dad hiding in the walls.
Yeah, and that was also one of the things that was one of the main things is that people said that they never saw Jeff physically see him speak, except for these little kids that they said.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it reads like the dad's just letting his whatever intrusive thoughts
Yeah.
he has, like it's a venting system.
Yeah,
Like he, because it does kind of take the form of just like a
like a vengeful,
prick.
a vengeful old man.
Yeah.
bitter. Yeah,
Yeah, but then needs the attention too.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I only said that because you hurt my feelings first. Like
Yeah.
how many times has Jeff had to do that? When have you ever heard of a poltergeist in any other
Yeah.
thing we've ever covered or anything
Yeah.
we've read about? Being like, well, they talked it out.
yeah, exactly. They became friends.
Nope, that's not how that works.
So,
God, what a fucking good one.
that
I
was
see why you hid it from me.
that was Jeff the Mongoose. I honestly just wanted to say the quote
Yeah,
and lay it on you from the quote.
right.
Yeah, but yeah, that was Jeff the Mongoose, talking mongoose.
God damn. Mm-hmm. It begs for a movie, like a good one though.
Not the Simon Pegg one.
No, I saw that. That one's more. It seems like a.
It's more of like probably I saw the trailer for it and it seemed like zany, like a
Yeah.
zany comedy, and it was
Yeah.
probably just like making fun of these people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And probably like I guarantee you, I haven't seen the movie, but I guarantee you, it's pretty much like this investigator dealing with this weird, quirky family,
Yeah.
and then at the very end, a fucking mongoose like winks at him or some shit.
Right.
You know what I
He's,
mean?
like,
Something.
leaving,
Yeah, when he's like leaving. Yeah.
all reputation and
Yeah.
ruin. Yeah.
And there's probably
walking.
not any of this cool fucking like sexual fucking mockery of his wife.
Dude.
Yeah.
Can you now think about how terrifying the movie is if it's just the dad,
That is fucking frightening.
right?
That has all this bitterness towards his wife and
He's
shit.
just- he's in the walls. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're trying to like fucking change your drawers.
Yeah.
And he's just fucking over there.
Yeah.
Now you're taking your socks off, huh?
And then they have like a young girl, so she's just trying to like appease him so he doesn't like
so
fucking,
he doesn't fucking lash out at her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like this story.
Becomes a whole different movie now.
I don't like this story now.
Right? Fuck. That's a Lars von Trier movie now.
Mama.
To give him the talking mongoose story.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, so that was Jeff talking mongoose.
I fucking loved
Yeah.
it.
Should we call it?
I think so.
All right, man. Well, cool.
God damn.
You know, guys, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Be sure to hit that like and follow button.
And go on the Instagram and yell at us.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you guys keep watching this, I'll make Eric do like intros and promos and stuff. All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.